Do you feel like you're getting weaker every year? That climbing stairs, carrying bags, or even getting out of bed requires effort that used to be easy. This might not be just age, as many say. It could be something much more serious. Sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass. And pay attention, this problem silently affects millions of elderly people, until one day there's a fall, a fracture, hospitalization, and the loss of independence. But today I'm going to show you how a single nutritious and affordable food can help reverse this condition and truly restore your strength. Yes, just one food. Natural, powerful, and often forgotten in the routine. Stay with me until the end, because besides revealing what it is, I'll show you how to use it the right way to strengthen your muscles and effectively fight sarcopenia. Oh, and if you're over 60 or know someone already losing strength or balance, share this video right now, because this can change lives. Few people talk about this, but sarcopenia is one of the biggest thieves of quality of life in old age. It's the progressive and silent loss of muscle mass that starts around age 50 and quickly worsens if nothing is done. Did you know that from age 60, we can lose up to 3% of our muscle mass per year, and it doesn't stop there. Less muscle means less balance, higher risk of falls, fractures, difficulty walking, sitting, standing, and even problems swallowing or breathing properly. And worst of all, many elderly people think this is normal and simply accept living with weakness, pain, and limitations. But it doesn't have to be that way. The good news is there is a natural, safe, and effective way to fight sarcopenia and recover muscle strength even after 70. And it starts with something simple, green, cheap, and powerful: kale. But before I show you how this food can transform your muscles and vitality, I want to tell you a true story, because maybe you'll see yourself in it. Do you want me to continue now with part 3, the real impactful story using kale? Mrs. Teresa, 76 years old, widow, retired, living in rural Minas Gerais. For years, she felt her legs getting weaker. At first, she thought it was just fatigue. Then she started to stumble frequently, until she fell twice in less than 6 months. She could barely climb a step by herself. She needed help even to get out of bed. Then the doctor said, "You have sarcopenia. You are losing muscle from the inside." Frightened, Mrs. Teresa went home scared. She thought, "Will I end up bedridden?" But here's the surprising part of the story. Her daughter, who had attended a lecture about functional nutrition, started making a juice with kale every morning. Nothing expensive, nothing complicated. Just fresh kale leaves blended with lemon and apple. Mrs. Teresa started drinking it every day, and everything changed. 2 weeks later, she noticed she was getting up more easily. 1 month later, she was taking light walks in the backyard again. 2 months later, she was climbing stairs using the handrail. And today she even stretches every morning and doesn't go a day without kale. She said herself, "I thought it was just aging, but I found out my body just needed the right fuel." And you? Do you know someone like Mrs. Teresa? Someone losing strength who thinks it's just because they're getting old? Comment below. I really want to know who you'd like to help with this information. Kale is not just a green leaf on your plate. It is a real natural laboratory of essential nutrients that help rebuild and preserve muscles, especially in old age. Here's why it's so powerful. Rich in plant proteins. Few people know, but kale contains essential amino acids, which are the building blocks of muscles. When consumed regularly, it helps muscle regeneration, something vital for those already losing lean mass. Abundant source of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K. These nutrients not only strengthen bones but also improve muscle contraction and joint health, reducing pain and preventing falls. High concentration of antioxidants. Kale fights chronic inflammation that destroys muscle tissue over time. This helps protect muscle fibers and improves recovery after walks, physical therapy, or everyday activities. Fiber and chlorophyll for natural detoxification. A clean and well-nourished body absorbs nutrients better and responds faster to stimuli, whether from food, exercise, or supplementation. And the best part? Kale is affordable, easy to find, and can be consumed in many ways. raw, in juices, sautéed, or even in soups. But beware, eating it just anyway won't help. In the next part, I'll show you how to use kale the right way, at the right time of day, to activate your muscles and get real results. And if you're enjoying this content so far, comment "I want more strength" below. This helps the video reach more people who need this information. How to consume kale to maximize muscle recovery. Here's the secret that makes all the difference. It's not enough to just eat kale. You need to know how and when to consume it to really strengthen your muscles. Ideally, consume kale in the morning on an empty stomach to facilitate nutrient absorption. A smoothie with kale, lemon, and a sweet fruit like apple or pineapple helps activate your metabolism and prepare your body for the day. Avoid cooking kale for too long. Excess heat destroys some vitamins. Prefer to eat it raw or lightly sautéed just until wilted. Combine kale with a protein source. It can be egg, white cheese, or even a legume, for a complete supply of essential amino acids. Consistency is key. Taking it once in a while won't help. The ideal is to include kale in your daily diet at least 4 to 5 times per week. Stay well hydrated. Kale is rich in fiber, which helps bowel movements but needs water to work well and aid detoxification. Also remember, kale works much better if you also practice physical exercise, even light ones like daily walks or stretching. Now I want to know from you, do you already consume kale regularly? What's your favorite kale recipe? Tell me in the comments, I'd love to know. You may have heard that getting old means getting weak, right? But that's not true. And that's exactly why fighting sarcopenia goes beyond just nutrition. Movement is the fuel that wakes up your muscles, even those that seem forgotten by time. But don't worry. You don't need to become an athlete or do complicated exercises. What your body needs most is to be stimulated safely and regularly. Let's talk about 3 types of exercises any elderly person can start doing at home. And that, combined with nutrient-rich food like kale, brings surprising results. Daily walking. The step that strengthens body and mind. Walking is a simple, low-impact exercise with many benefits for the whole body. It helps strengthen the legs, hips, and glutes, essential for balance and fall prevention, while also boosting blood circulation, improving lung capacity, and stimulating the brain. Walking 20 to 30 minutes a day, preferably outdoors, helps release endorphins, the feel-good hormones, that boost mood and energy. Tip: if you feel unsafe walking alone, ask a family member or friend to accompany you, and start slowly, at your own pace. Chair squats, strengthening the base of your mobility. Standing up and sitting down from a chair may seem simple, but for someone with sarcopenia, it's a real challenge, and a great exercise. Chair squats work the muscles of the thighs, glutes, and core, abdomen and lower back, which are pillars of your mobility. How to do it? Sit on the edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Slowly stand up using your leg strength, without putting too much weight on your hands. If needed, lightly support on the chair's armrest. Lower yourself with control until sitting again. Repeat 8 to 12 times, resting between sets. This exercise improves balance, increases leg strength, and prevents falls, one of the biggest causes of complications in elderly people. Stretching. Freedom for the body to move better. Often, loss of strength comes with stiffness and joint pain. That's why stretching muscles is essential to make movement easier and less uncomfortable. Simple stretches for the neck, arms, shoulders, back, and legs improve flexibility, reduce pain, and help avoid injuries. You can do a small daily 10-minute stretching routine, right after waking up or before sleeping. The important thing is not to push beyond your limits, always respecting your body. Why exercise and kale go hand in hand? You might be wondering. Okay, but what does kale have to do with this? The answer is simple. Muscles need stimulus and the right fuel to rebuild. Kale, with its essential nutrients, provides amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that activate muscle regeneration. But without movement, the body doesn't signal that these fibers need strengthening. It's like kale is the raw material and exercise is the workshop that transforms this raw material into strong, resilient muscles. Before starting any activity, especially if you have a medical condition, it's essential to consult your doctor. Also, respect your body's limits and gradually increase intensity and duration of exercises. We've reached the end of this discovery journey, but really, it's just the beginning. For you, your health, your life. If you want more videos with practical tips, stories, and natural solutions to live stronger and happier, subscribe and activate notifications. And if you found this video useful, share it with your family, friends, and especially with elderly people who might be losing strength and hope. Together, we can fight sarcopenia, recover vitality, and prove that age is just a number. Strength is a choice. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay healthy,